Good evening, everybody.
Hi,
And
everybody.
welcome to this evening's tasting. And I'm saying evening because, the sun is set and we're ready to enjoy a very, very special wine, Sam.
What a better way to start your evening than with Baroness Nadine from Rupert and Rothschild.
Sure, I mean, the brainchild of Baron Edmund de Rothschild and Dr. Rupert many, many years ago. And I think, 1997 they got together and they collaborated. And then at a later stage, I think around 2001, they handed over to their sons, which was Baron Benjamin and Antonio Rupert, yes?
Look at you.
That's my history lesson.
But I think this partnership goes far beyond that. And it's visionaries that can see where South Africa is headed. And for Dr. Rupert to have been able to really envision a landscape of South African wine where it can take hands with the old world. And really what this wine represents, it really represents this beautiful marriage between the old world and the new world.
Sure.
There's no reason why South African Chardonnays should stand back for the best in Burgundy. And this is a classic example of that.
Sure it is, Sam.
And they follow traditional winemaking techniques, and I think they follow, the trajectory of what the wine has been giving over the past decades, but not without being honed into what the public wants and what is a modern Chardonnay, what is a Chardonnay that delivers on a fruit that stays true to where it's from. And I personally have done a major turnaround back to really focusing on Chardonnay.
Sure, absolutely, without a doubt. Now, in the Antonio Rupert and Rothschild stable, we've got the Nadine Chardonnay, we've got the Classic and the Baron Edmund. Those are the three wines in the stable. And today, like you said correctly, we're doing the Chardonnay. And Chardonnay is a varietal. We've come back to it, and we've tasted some very, very good, fine examples of Chardonnay lately, haven't we? And this is, not because it's standing in front of us, but this is really one of those that's right on top of the lid, isn't it? When it comes to this specific varietal. Property in Franschhoek, a beautiful property in Franschhoek.
It is so elegant.
With JC at the helm, JC and I, we really go back a long time, and I've got a lot of respect for him as a person and as a winemaker specifically. And now as MD at Rupert Rothschild. And the tasting rooms is exquisite. The wines are without a doubt in a different class. And I'm actually looking forward to hearing your opinion on this, because you haven't tasted this yet, haven't you? The specific vintage.
No, it's very close to my heart. The property. It was one of our first dates, actually.
Yes, it was. Yes.
If you want to treat yourself in this beautiful summer season that's ahead of us, you can go and have some champagne. So you see some of the French counterparts wines there. So it's absolutely beautiful. The restaurant is beautiful, and
everything, Sam. Everything has just been put there with intent, and so is this 19 Chardonnay.
So you want my opinion?
I'd love to have your opinion.
Did you taste it earlier today?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And how did it show then? Did it change?
I'll tell you after you've smelled it and tasted it.
It's Chardonnay is not an opulent grape, so I think it invites you to go and look for the nuances. It invites you to. Franschhoek is also very interesting. Is this wine of origin?
Sure.
It's Western Cape, so it's probably a different fruits, but because this wine usually from a warmer climate, you'll expect a lot of more pineapple, fleshy, riper fruit. To me, it's got a lot of the finer citrus nuances.
The what?
Citrus, so like blue orange almost. Some riper lime and lemon.
Although the pineapple,
but there's definitely a more tropical note to it. That sun-kissed character is definitely there.
Sure, it's spun speck, a beautiful, lovely spun speck. There's stone fruit there. There's definitely pineapple, and there is a sense of citrus, but almost in the sense of grapefruit. Yeah, the beautiful ruby grapefruit on the palate.
Well, you're talking about ruby grapefruit. when we so the chef gave us this recipe of squid and grapefruit and asparagus,
which I must say, initially I thought, I don't know, but then when you put the first mouthful of the food and the wine in your mouth, it just blew your mind, didn't it?
So I won't have deep fried squid without grapefruit anymore.
Perfect,
and
perfect,
the fat, and it just kind of just match each other, or meat in the middle.
Correct. And on the palate, Bella?
I'm sorry, I just spilled over you.
So there's the freshness,
and the saltiness,
and exactly.
It's that salt, it's that salinity that really trails towards the
what
end.
What is it that brings out that salinity? What is it? What forms that salinity in the wine? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot now.
I think soil have a lot to do with it. I think picking the wine that it's not overly ripe, but that it's optimal ripe.
Gotcha.
So, and that salinity is from up in Chablis down towards the southern parts of France. That's like a defining factor in it. Look at Robertson on the chalk soil and different expressions of Chardonnay. That's usually for me a banker for Chardonnay.
Gotcha.
But I do think soil has got something to do with it. And the fermentation temperature.
But it all happens on the mid palate, doesn't it?
Managing Chardonnay to become that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think managing is the key word, isn't it? And they've managed this one.
And I mean, Chardonnays like this can go well with richer food, with lighter food. It's a beautiful wine that doesn't need to be that opulent kind of blousy character. It just wants to be an elegant, revered cultivar. It is the queen. It is the queen of grapes. So
and they've done justice in this one.
Yeah, it's well done and without too much intervention.
No.
I think they've used both oak and
concrete eggs and
vessels. So different components that was used or utilized to build a Chardonnay of this stature.
Sum this wine up in one word.
Elegant.
Yeah, I took it out of my word. Yeah, it's got elegant.
And people misuse the word elegant.
Sure.
But once you've seen an elegant woman, that epitome of elegance stay with you. Oh,
of course it does.
You're very kind. You're very kind, young sir. But it is something where nothing else needs to be done. It doesn't need a lot of makeup.
Yeah, I agree.
It's something it's born with, and I think that's the essence of Chardonnay.
Agreed. You couldn't have put it any better. In conclusion, again, thank you very, very much for the opportunity. It was a great pleasure. It was a great honor tasting these wines. We look forward to tasting the other two wines in the stable. Yeah, and look out for them coming up.
Mystical. That kind of goes with elegance.
Mystically elegant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to tasting all the other wines in the range with you.
Absolutely.
And we will definitely make our way out to the farm. And so should you, now that the lockdown levels will allow, it's a beautiful place to go.
Thank you very much. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.